Should Marvel change the name of the X-Men? Is it an outdated term? It's not an unreasonable question to ask, especially when you consider that even the X-Men themselves in the pages of the comic book have asked that very question. Is the term X-Men sexist? Now, in 2019, Victoria Alonso, who's recently been fired from Marvel, but she caused an entire crap storm when in an interview she suggested that maybe the term X-Men was outdated and they should change it. And if you think about it reasonably and rationally, it's a valuable and worthwhile question to ask. After all, isn't it a little bit exclusionary to just refer to one gender in the name of a team that has many men and women in it? But it wasn't just Victoria Alonso who kind of stirred the pot. That same year in 2019 at Comic-Con, Kevin Feige himself decided not to use the term X-Men, but instead just refer to them as mutants, talking about the mutants, and there'll be more mutants to come. And he decided not to even say the word X-Men. Look, for myself, I don't even really think the name of the X-Men matters all that much. I mean, you could call them the happy-go-lucky fart sniffer gang for all I care. As long as you still have the story is what matters. And the story stays the same whether you call them X-Men or the B Super Team or Krangramps, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Whatever you call them, you call them. It's kind of irrelevant. But for me, and I'm only speaking for myself, and maybe I could have my mind changed, but for me personally, I don't think you need to change the name of the X-Men. I think it works perfectly well, and here's why. Now, while I agree, you don't want the name of the team to be a name that excludes an entire gender, right? You're just excluding women out of it. Not that, but to me, the term X-Men has always been gender neutral. Now, yes, the term man is gender specific. The term woman is gender specific. But I believe the term X-Man can mean both genders. Look, when you go back to 1963 and the origins of the X-Men, Marvel Girl, or Jean Grey, was already a part of it. Like, it's not as if the X-Men were ever an all-male team in the first place. Jean Grey was an X-Man. I like to compare it to this. Freshman. A freshman in college, yes, it has the letters MAN in it, but none of us think that a freshman only refers to a male student. It can refer to a male student, it can refer to anybody whatsoever. And maybe at one point in the academic history of America, freshman was said that because all students were male. Maybe. But in today's world, and for a long time, we don't look at it like that. The term freshman has come commonly to be known as a gender-neutral term. And look, I'm not a linguist expert or a sociologist, so I'm sure there are plenty arguments to be made one way or the other about this. But yeah, that's why to me, the question of should the X-Men change their name is a completely legitimate question to ask. But if you're asking me, and I know nobody is, in my opinion, you don't need to change it because I believe the term X-Man is gender inclusive and it means everybody. Anyway, guys, that's just my thought on it. Maybe you have a different perspective, a different point of view. I'd love to hear it. Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.